Hello guys, Arlo here. Welcome back to another Fresh from the Workbench model showcase. And today we're going to be having a look at my gauge 1 scale narrow gauge model of Rusty the Little Diesel. Now Rusty is of course based on Midlander from the Teleklyn Railway in Wales, a Ruston Hornsby diesel built in 1940. Midlander today obviously looks a fair bit different to Rusty, and it is because in the 1880s she was rebuilt with a new engine and body, with the original bodywork going to a very similar locomotive called Indian Runner. In Railway Series canon, of course, Rusty is never rebuilt like Midlander, and thank goodness, because between you and me, I think the modern Midlander looks rather ugly. Moving on to Rusty's construction, he's primarily from Plastrex styrene sheet with several 3D printed ABS parts, including the front radiator, the cab, which I really didn't need to, more an act of laziness than anything else, and of course the side frames down here. The fuel tank, the buffers, and the face were all 3D printed in resin by Tom T. Legend on Twitter. Coupling hooks, handrails, and the radiator filler up here, which I think looks rather nice, are made from K&S brass rod. I prime Rusty with Krylon primer, and the black and red is applied with a brush in plenty of thin coats, and finished with a lovely gloss Liquitex acrylic varnish. Seriously, that stuff is great. Some light weathering has also been done with acrylic washes. I especially love how it looks around the exhaust right here. The name and number plates were also designed in Inkscape, and they were printed on nice glossy photo paper and stuck on with a little white glue. Rusty runs on a LEGO Power Functions train motor, as you can see thus, which are an increasingly expensive commodity these days, with the IR receiver in the cab and the battery in the engine bay. The top comes off just like so for easy access, and in here you can see my compact 9-volt battery power system that uses the circuit board of a LEGO AAA battery box with a 9-volt battery clip soldered to the power terminals so I can use rechargeable 9-volt batteries for power. Try saying that 10 times fast. Duke also uses this system, and it works better than you might think. I can usually get around 1.5 hours-ish of runtime out of a single charge, which is more than enough for a day of filming or watching the trains go around on the floor for a little bit. Alright, and turning Rusty around to look at his other side, there are of course a few things different. For starters, we have the door instead of the round window, and where 4 exhaust stacks are on the television series model, my model doesn't have any, just the nameplate. This is of course accurate to the real locomotive, and accurate to how he's depicted in the Railway series, because there should only be exhausts on this side. Alright, well that's going to do it for this model showcase. It went a bit faster than I expected, but I suppose there's only so much I can talk about on a rather simple and small model like Rusty. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll of course do my best to answer them. And without further ado, bye for now.